Hi, everybody. Cindy Greenway here, editor-in-chief at lawmarketing.com. And today we're talking about the 4 steps to building a network of strategic referral sources. I'm here today with Stephen Fairley, who's the CEO of the Rainmaker Institute, the nation's largest law firm marketing company specializing in lead conversion for small to medium-sized law firms. Over 9,000 attorneys nationwide have benefited from learning and implementing the proven marketing and lead conversion strategies taught by the Rainmaker Institute. And for more information about the Rainmaker Institute, you can check them out at www.therainmakerblog.com. So, Stephen, welcome to our session here today.
Thank you so much for having me, Cindy.
Great. So I know referral sources and how attorneys can build a really solid practice with better referrals is something that you talk about all the time, primarily at the Rainmaker Retreat. And so I'd really like for you to share with us some steps that attorneys can implement right now to building a network of those strategic referral sources. What's step number 1 you can share?
Yeah, so building a referral-based practice is a long-term proposition. And every single attorney I've talked to, and I've talked to quite a few, over 9,000 of them over the last 12 years that we've been working at the Rainmaker Institute, and every single one of them wants to build a referral-based practice, but very few people actually know how to do it. And even further, a smaller percentage of them actually implement it. So what I want to do is kind of break it down step by step to give you some really practical tools that you can use to start building a referral-based practice. Let's say, for example, you're a commercial litigation attorney and you wanted to build more of a referral network. Well, certainly you can look at other attorneys that don't do what you do, like business transactional attorneys and things like that. But you should also look outside the legal industry to non-legal professionals, such as CPAs and commercial real estate brokers and perhaps financial advisors and other people that have contacts and connections with key decision makers in the business community that you want to target, but don't necessarily practice law. So that would be the very first step, is identify the sources that have the best potential to send you business on a regular, consistent basis. Number 2 is connect with those people on LinkedIn. So let's say that you're again, a commercial litigation attorney. You wanted to target CPAs and commercial real estate brokers. So you would go to LinkedIn. Obviously, you have to have a LinkedIn profile. It's completely free. Make sure your profile is properly set up. And I'm sure there's a lot of great information out there on how to set up LinkedIn. If you're not familiar with it, it's a great business tool. It's very, very commonly accepted. Over 200 million people worldwide use LinkedIn. It's the #1 business networking social media network out there. So set up your profile on LinkedIn. And then go find those people on LinkedIn. It's very easy. LinkedIn has a great search tool, and you can type in, CPA Orange County, and you can come up with hundreds and hundreds of contacts. Start to look through their profiles and see which ones do you think would be in a position to send you referrals that you could do business with. Then send them a connection request on LinkedIn. It can be as simple as, hey, I saw your profile on LinkedIn. I'm a business litigation attorney. I'm looking to expand my network. Please connect with me on LinkedIn. And the majority of them will do so. But here's the key. And if you miss this step, you'll completely find LinkedIn to be just about useless as a referral building network. You ready? You have to take it offline. In other words, connecting with them on LinkedIn is the first step. It's almost like you're using LinkedIn as almost an excuse to get to know them. But you have to then pick up the phone and call them and get to know them over the phone, and then determine, based on that conversation, and it only has to be 10 or 15 minutes, then determine whether or not you want to meet them face to face. Because connecting with someone on LinkedIn will never get you a referral. Well, I should say never, but just about never. The easiest way to do this is to use LinkedIn to connect with them, but then take the relationship offline to where you can actually meet them face to face. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Well, that's all part of relationship building, right? Building that relationship. Yes. And yeah, it makes total sense. Okay. What's the next step that you have for us?
So the 4th step is you actually have to stay connected with them. So it's not enough to meet them for lunch once and then say goodbye, never going to see you again. That's just not going to work. You need to stay in front of these people on a regular, consistent basis. And one of the easiest ways to do that It's through a newsletter. You can send out communiques, you can send out articles, whatever you want to send out, but it has to be done on a frequent basis. And then what I would do is I would start assigning them, the highest potential, like maybe you can group in the group A, B, and C. A's are the people that have the most potential or people that have sent you a referral in the, past 3 to 6 months. And then try to meet with those people like once a quarter for a face-to-face meeting just to kind of reconnect. And here's one last key that I'll leave you with. You have to be willing to send them referrals back. You have to be willing to make this a reciprocal relationship, right? If you only want a one-way relationship where they send you referrals, that's only going to last for so long. So you have to be willing to actively look to send referrals back to them on a regular, consistent basis.
Right. And that
Make
makes
sense?
perfect sense. Absolutely, Stephen. So great. So attorneys, I challenge you to implement these steps that Stephen has shared with us here and, see how it works for you. And the LinkedIn part, Stephen, I could so appreciate because I know I've heard people say, well, I didn't get anything out of it. Well, because you added connections and then did absolutely nothing with them. So thank you for that. So Stephen, thanks again for joining me here with joining me here today, and I look forward to connecting with you again and getting some more tips from you. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Cindy.